Welcome back, everybody. It's WoW time. So we're going to do the twos up. I want to thank Richard and Greg for your donations. I think Richard's now has donated something like $200 to us, so I just want to say thank you. That's all going towards BlizzCon, man. You know that. Thank you very much. Can't wait for BlizzCon. I'm so hyped to meet people. Before we get into the Wod Alpha stuff, this is Wod Alpha. It's just so amazing to be bumping into people that you kind of know and just running into them. Like running into the... I didn't run into Alex yesterday from Fat Boss, but he was circling near me. I was hoping to gank him, but I just couldn't. Because he was hard.
He's alive. Oh, he's hard.
And I was like... How ridiculous, motherfucker. Bumping into Swifty, bumping into Hobbs, saw Nobble around, all these, you know, all the YouTubers and stuff are around. So I've been trying to grab as many battle tags as possible because it's the only chance we get to be on the same fucking server together. At the same time, so I'm hoping to do some 5-mans and stuff with those guys and get something sorted out there. Just it's always nice to just to mull around. It's like, oh, how's it going, dude? You know, and I'd really had a chance to speak to you because we're all in our own separate little dream worlds and all that kind of stuff, doing our bit. But so fucking good to bump into everybody, and I'm just loving Wod Alpha right now. So, honeymoon mid, Wod Alpha arrives. Dude got an invite.
Yes.
Boom, we're gonna play together at some point when we get time. You're going to try it all. You're actually going to waste your Wod Alpha invite. I'm going to...
If it would annoy more people that I had Wod Alpha and didn't play it, I'd probably do that. No, I'm totally going to play it. I can't wait. Because I don't know what I'm going to play in Wod. I don't know what I'm going to play.
Well, this is where you're going to be like, ooh. Because it's different. It is different.
How?
Now, let's pre-curse this.
I'm like a little kid then at Father Christmas. Like, how?
Let's pre-curse this. I have access... or I'm sure you know because I obviously was like a week behind everybody else. In fact, I was annoying them with I get a lot of DMs because I was like, "You're on countdown until Daddy gets home, and you better get advantage because you know I'm fucking bringing the noise when I turn up." I said at the time as well. I got a lot of DMs from the guys saying, "Well, let's see what you've got." In fact, the interesting thing about the YouTube community is that you might think we're all kind of
assholes.
Wow. Against each other because we're all kind of fighting for the same audience and stuff, but we're all very different in the style of stuff we do. So there's actually a good camaraderie amongst each other to do something. Like I'm hoping to sort something out before BlizzCon where we'll actually have a Fat Boss and Preach Gaming meet because we're both in England.
Nice.
Maybe we'll crash in Birmingham or something like that. I need to speak to Loz and Alex this weekend to sort of flesh out some ideas. But hoping to have a UK meet, maybe a LAN party, just to get together because we're all in the same country. Let's do something. But bumping into everybody has been one of the greatest things. So let's pre-curse this. I only have access to 2 levels, which are speeded up. Level 90 to 92. You only get half level because the intro to Warlords of Draenor is missing, which we'll talk about because people got really touchy about my first video because they were like, you know, you can do a scenario before that. I was like, I know. It's not what I'm talking about, but we'll get to that in a sec. So I get 1.5 levels. I believe, or I was told, is that initially, once you hit level 92, you were given access to level 100 talents. That's been removed from what I can tell, or I can't figure out how I'm supposed to get it. So I've got several level 92s now, and I can't use them, the level 100 talents. So start getting the perks and stuff like that.
How? When I made characters, I can only make level 100 characters.
I can only assume the PvP server is level 100s.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, because they only have access to BGs and stuff. I'm not sure how the PvP server is working, but I know the PvP server is entirely for PvP. Okay. So I don't think you can even level or do anything.
That's probably why. Then.
Yeah, more than likely, just for those guys to balance it out at the top end, which is where it's important. He's so see-through, dude. He's driving me crazy.
Maybe I'm not all here.
I've no doubt that is annoying the audience.
I'm phasing. I don't have long.
I don't have long.
Be wary of the grey squirrel.
Maybe. I don't know. We got a shitty colouring. It's been removed. Yeah, it's been removed. So I have one instance to go at. So I'm not going to be releasing any more WOD content. In terms of footage, really. I've got one more video to make of it, but until then, I'm not going to be spamming content. I know there's a lot of guys out there who are going to show you this and little bits and stuff. I'm fine with leaving it to those guys to do that. The stuff I'm interested in, there's no more for me to show you. So I'm not going to be doing that. But I can give you some... I mentioned a couple of things in my first WOD video, which is my initial thoughts, and people are really asking me, why did I say that? I should watch what I say sometimes. So I only have access to 2 levels. Obviously no balance is there. It's still very early in how things are going to play out, so please bear that in mind as we talk about this stuff. It's still very early and it could radically change over the next 4 or 5 levels or with patches or whatever. But first of all, the ability pruning. So we knew this was coming, right? Taking away a lot of what they called clutter. I've got a big fucking feeling a lot of you are going to be really pissed once you actually play it. I started to get very angry at my warrior. Really angry with my warrior. Not in terms of could he kill things? Sure, he could kill things. Was it similar to a warrior? Yes, it made sense. But it's so watered down now that and all the flavour is gone.
A variation, maybe.
Yeah, what the big point that's gone is any form of hybrid utility.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Any form of hybrid utility has been absolutely stripped away from the characters. So, let me give you an example. I leveled his arms, because I like arms. Yeah. It's always been my favourite. I always see my warrior as a big fucking 2H. Smashing skulls, crushing faces. And what have they removed? Overpower is gone. And I remember reading I mean, it's different when you read the list of things that have gone and you're like, oh, okay, they're removing that. And then you actually get in there, you're like, shit, they've removed so much, actually. Heroic Strike is gone. And I was like, I remember thinking to myself while I was putting my abilities on my bars, I'm like, well, surely they didn't remove Heroic Strike. How else would we have to dump Rage? Where's our extra button to press while we're just waiting for our global cooldowns to come off? And I'm like, okay. No Overpower. No Spell Reflect. You have to talent mass Spell Reflect. No Shield Wall. None of that. You know, none of the stuff to go into defensive and maybe help a little bit. Because there are times when you can, when a good player can really change the situation by tank dies, pop defensive, Shield Wall, Super Taunt, can get rid of that stuff, and
Overpower is a level 100 talent.
Overpower is a level 100. Well, this is what I'm talking about. These buttons are missing. So let me tell you, like for arms, what you're actually playing with on a non-talented basis. Mortal Strike, Colossus Smash. Mortal Strike, 6-second cooldown or whatever it is. Colossus Smash, which is on a big cooldown, but it can proc if you're lucky. Yeah. Slam, which, can we get this out there? Is Slam the worst ability in the game? It doesn't even make... What is Slam? What is your character doing when he slams?
It's to open a
turn. What do you picture it as?
Slam.
Yeah. What is your character doing when he slams?
Body slam.
That would be so much better than the original slam if he body slammed it.
Yeah.
If he body slammed it, that would be so fucking cool.
Or like just like a massive chest bump.
What is Slam doing? What is Slam? What is it? What is he doing? I can only picture that you've got your weapon and you're going.
Do you know it'd be good if it actually like if the animation was he smashed them with the hilt of the weapon? Do you not think?
Compared to Overpower?
Overpower sounds amazing, but
Overpower
Slam
makes sense!
Yeah, but Slam, if it was like a quick ability and he just smashed them with the hilt of the weapon, like, you got your weapon up.
See, I take that as Pummel, because that's what Pummel is, because Pummel's an uppercut. If you watch the animation of Pummel, he actually uppercuts them in the jaw. He literally, the animation of Pummel is actually punching them in the jaw so they can't cast a spell. That's what it is.
Okay.
Slam, I don't
like a backhand with a weapon or something. Slam to me...
Slam, then.
Well, that's what I mean, but Slam to me, exactly, Shield Slam. Mm-hmm. Slam to me isn't something exactly done with the weapon itself, the actual purpose of the weapon. Slam to me is something where you're basically slamming something.
Slam makes sense with a mace. If it was like a monk, you know when you get a different weapon with a monk and it changes what you jab and it changes it to different things?
Yeah.
That would make sense if it moved between. When I've got a sword, why am I not stabbing somebody with the sword? Anyway, right, so I don't like Slam. I never liked Slam. I didn't like, especially when it had a cast time. Do you remember that? Well, what were they thinking with Slam when it had a cast time?
And you had to do it with the...
In between the auto attacks.
Exactly,
You had to have a swing timer, yeah. Old school, right? Swing timer slamming, doing it like a boss. I need to have a 3.2 speed weapon, mate, so I can fit my slams in. You hear what I'm saying, bro?
Exactly what you're saying,
You know what I'm saying? I know how to play arms. So, Slam stayed and Overpower went. I've got a sword, right? So, and then execute. So that's it. You've got Mortal Strike, Colossus Smash, which are on big cooldowns, Slam, and execute. And that's it. Those are your 4 basics. And on top of that, of course, you've got your
Warriors. Do you know, Warriors have got some of the best named abilities in the game by miles.
Well, Paladins are always number 1. Every Paladin ability is disgustingly awesomely named.
Apart from Eternal Flame.
Even Eternal Flame I know is pretty good. This issue will become Blizzard's #1 concern. Why do you hate Slam? Yeah, Heroic Strike is just gone. And I was sat there, and one of my things that make my channel work initially is that I can generally pick up a class and without reading a guide or doing anything like that, I can kind of figure out what you're supposed to do with this class. This is how this is supposed to play. And while I was playing it, I was like, this is not even making sense to me how this fucking spec works anymore. I'm just sat at like 100 rage all the time because you earn more rage than you can slam away in between more strikes. So I was like, the only other thing I could do here is execute. And that really pisses me off that execute...
Have you got to wait for a prompt for execute?
No, you can press it whenever. But if it's not in execute rage, it's twice as expensive. Right, so it just loses all your rage for you use a whole rage bar for slightly more damage than Slam, but I'm guessing on the numbers a little bit. You can get really nice crits if you do it with the... So this is what I ended up in my rotation thinking. And some of you have probably read it, so maybe you understand. I haven't looked up to it because I was trying to get a feel for it. Is Mortal Strike, Colossus Smash, and Slam. And if you get a high enough rage and you've got Colossus Smash on, then you execute because you have to get rid of your rage because you've got full rage. And that's it. That's how ARMS plays right now. I was like, this is shit. Really shit. This isn't fun. This isn't what a warrior's like. It's dead slow and pedestrian and... Execute is just a rage dump. Execute is a rage dump. And I was playing, I was like...
It's getting further and further away from its intended purpose and named purpose, isn't it?
It just
Execute is like the last line, the final
Execute
blow.
should be, I mean, 20%. There's a great moment when you're a warrior. When, used to be.
Yeah.
And then it's like, when you execute lit up and you're there, you're at 20% and you just go, motherfucker,
yeah.
motherfucker.
This is it.
That's warrior
over.
time, right? That's
over.
when you go and doing it. Now I'm like, I've got full rage, I better execute. And it's like, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Maybe it was Order 66.
And in between that, I get to Slam. And I don't even know what it is. I'm like, what am I talking? I'm like, Slam.
After I've executed you, I'm going to slam you.
Oh, and I'm playing it, I'm like, there is a chance, because obviously this is going to happen. Ability pruning, I kind of get it, it makes sense. I'm still supportive that there is too many buttons for some classes, right? That's fine.
That's fair enough.
But now you've made it, you can easily go overboard. So, like I say, we had to precurse this, because there's no doubt that maybe some things are getting stuff back. In fact, the notes today said they're getting another pass at pruning, so maybe more's being removed. And I'm like, whoa, you can't take more away. We lost Spell Reflect, Shield Wall, the banners are obviously, you got Mocking Banner, but the Skull Banner is now Recklessness. So that's kind of in there, and its Recklessness is like really boring now. It's like 10% extra crit on your special attacks. Woo. You know what I mean? I'm going to blow my mega cooldown, bro. Yeah, look, this is why I precursed it. Or you can obviously say this is going to be fixed. Please don't go into the super technical, like, it can be fixed. We know, trust us. But I'm telling you how it is right now.
But
okay?
look on the flip side of it is like people are saying, don't forget it's alpha. The fact of the matter is, someone has already okayed this.
Well, this is why we give feedback. Because somebody was arguing, why are you commenting? Because I said that, like, one of the bosses in the new dungeon is boring. And on the video, the guy's like, why are you even saying this? It's alpha, it's alpha, it's alpha. It can change. It changes because of feedback.
Yeah.
It changes because people like me are saying this isn't working. This is not fucking working. And this doesn't feel right. And I can tell you right now, Arms Warriors do not feel right. They have hardly any utility compared to what they used to have. You have to talent it all. And it's just the flavour and the fun stuff that was in there. You know, there's the silly stuff. There are often times that I'm not going to carry a mass Spell Reflect, but that one occasion when I can use a Spell Reflect, it's suddenly I get jumped for PvP. What am I supposed to say? You're like, whoa. Let me get me fucking Tomes of the Clear Mind out. Hold your fucking horses, mage. Sort my life out. Like, hang on. Need me disrupting shout.
Don't forget it.
Take 2 minutes. Now, I'll spec into Bloodbath kind of what a Blade Storm. So just hold on, will you?
Please.
Let me get ready.
Jesus
Can you not gank me
Christ.
for 2 minutes while I respec and get everything
book.
sorted? Because I have absolutely no passive utility for this situation whatsoever. Now, be a friend and just hold on.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do, you know.
Well, this is what I'm saying about the hybrid.
I hope not. I really hope not.
Yeah, well, most people get it. I get that. But some people get pissy about it. I understand. This is why I precursed it. But on top of... So that was the warrior. And then I went to my priest. And the first thing I noticed is that I didn't have Psychic Scream. But I didn't realise that until I'd like pulled a few mobs where usually I'd pop a fear and redot while I was repositioning and stuff. And so I was like, I've had Psychic Scream since vanilla level 1 or level 10. Where the fuck is... And it's a talent now. And I'm like, why? It's been 7 years. Why is it now a talent? Why? Why is that now a talent? Because it's just such... How can a priest not have Psychic Scream passively? I mean, come on. Was the game broken because we had Psychic Scream? And then, you know what? As a Shadow Priest, occasionally you need to heal yourself. So have you played Shadow Priest in Miss?
No, I haven't, no.
But
Just disc.
You'll throw things like a renew on yourself when you're
I
leveling,
remember that, yeah, I remember that.
All gone, that utility, that hybrid utility, where in MoP it was like the mega thing, right? It went too far in MoP, I'll fully agree, where it was like hybrids are also like healers, essentially. They can do something like Heart of the Wild and go crazy healing. And I found myself in my Shadow Priest, I was like, how do I heal myself here, really? Vampiric Embrace, which is you're supposed to do a big cooldown heal, is terrible. Awful, awful spell. But again, level 92, be away. And, like, I was like, this is really bad. So my choices are to Prayer of Mending myself, which now has a cast time. So I'm like, well, I'll just pop a palm in myself like I used to do on my Shadow Priest. It's just like throw a renew, throw a palm on myself as I'm running over. It's very cool, interactive, a little bit of planning going on. Nice, smooth gameplay. Nope, stop. Prayer of Mending. Ding. And now it takes you out of Shadow Form as well. So you still be going out of Shadow Form. Cast time, Prayer of Mending. Back into Shadow Form, carry on. But what if that's not enough, right? Your next thing is your only heal left, which is Flash Heal. I can't even tell you how little it does on the Wod Alpha right now. Flash Heal. You could cast 6 or 7 Flash Heals on yourself and still be at, like... If you're low, you're not going to get to full health from 6 or 7 heals. And you're out of Shadow Form as well.
Wow.
So then you go... I was looking for the glyph. Now, maybe it's a case of the glyph hasn't been put in. There's some issues with the glyphs on the Alpha right now, which is fine. No problem. I'm not complaining about the Alpha by any means. But the hybrid stuff isn't just about raiding. It's also about your solo play and you're out doing your own thing, which is more than fine to do. And these things are now actually like pains in the ass. Like stopping and healing is a real bummer. We seem to be going back to a point where we want to eat if we need to. Oh, I don't want to go back to that.
No.
I'm a priest. I'm a priest who can't heal. I'm a priest. So what you basically get is I've got to put this into more context for you in a minute because it sounds like I'm really ranting, but I'm trying to give you the feel I got. Is that instead of being a priest and having the flavour of being a priest and a warrior, because a warrior can still use a shield, right? We're still a warrior, arms, fury, prop, whatever. We can still have the shields and stuff like that. A priest, despite being shadow, can still heal and do little priest things. Nowhere near as powerful as a holy on disc, but can still do these things. They stripped that away, so I don't feel like a priest.
No.
I feel like a ranged DPS. And that's it. It's like, oh, you chose to be shadow? Then you are shadow. And that's it. And that's like, yeah, but you just took away what it means to be a priest. I'm still a priest at the end of the day. I'm still a warrior at the end of the day. And the only person that isn't suffering from this, by the way, is playing like a fucking dream. So big thumbs up to you guys. Is DK's so fucking good right now, my Frost
really?
DK. Oh my god. I played my warrior first and that was fine. I smashed through everything on my warrior. And then I went on to my priest and I had to heal those dungeons as well for the video. So I was a combination of holy and shadow for my priest, which I had to use the pre-mades. No haste. So it felt like I was playing in mud all the time. That was fine. And then I got my DK and I was like, It's... Frost DK right now is like 6 times faster than it is on live. And it's so good. Do you know like Frost has that downtime on live? And it has had since Cataclysm. It's got this weird periods of downtime. It hasn't in Wod Alpha at all. There's just like no fucking downtime at all. Frost is just smash, smash, smash. I've not killed anything as fucking hardcore as playing my DK so far. I'm really looking forward to getting level 92 on him as well. I'm playing it more. But it's so good. And they didn't even seem to lose hardly anything, really. It was like Blood Boiled Pestilence from made into one button. You know what I mean? They basically did the same thing anyway, so it's no big deal. And yeah, it's so good. So it's really weird. It's really weird, this transition, because they still feel like they could, because they still have Icebound Fortitude and stuff. Yeah. They can still pop Blood Presence and do something. And pop Army of the Dead, you still have this ability to contribute. But maybe they've not had the pass yet. Maybe there's more coming for them. I don't know. But the contrast between the ones that have been hit really hard with the ability pruning, it's really... A lot of the flavour is missing, man. Yeah. And that really makes me fucking sad. It really makes me fucking sad to feel like I'm not a priest.
So it feels like some of the classes are massively more developed than others, would you say?
I'd say that...
Or closer to being finished than others?
If I was giving my honest opinion of how it stands right now in the current build I'm playing, because don't be under any illusion that this is the only alpha build. This is the alpha build for this test period. We're pretty sure we're going to get the Alliance one next.
Right, okay.
Because all you can do on alpha right now is this one horde zone, only half of it, as well. I'm not sure if Gorgron's actually a different zone. You guys can probably tell me that. You know I'm rubbish on that kind of stuff. But if you try and go to... You get a quest to go to Gorgron well before you finish this zone. And there's like a landslide there, and there's a guy like... This is a temp landslide. Hulk Hogan's walking around, which is really cool. The Hulkster walks around and says, "We haven't finished this area yet, brother." Which is... that's awesome.
An actual Hulk Hogan?
Yeah. A giant Hulk Hogan's walking around.
What are you talking about?
Do you not remember when we did the Sunwell testing, is they had Flascator?
Oh yeah.
Well, this one's a giant Hulk Hogan. It's got like the gold trunks on and stuff, and it just says, "This area isn't finished yet, brother." And he just walks in a big circle.
Yes!
It's actually surprising how really unfinished Alpha is right now. I can't say Wod's going to be out till after BlizzCon, I'm pretty sure of it. Wod Alpha is way, way unfinished right now. Massively unfinished. All the zones, there's bugs we were DCing all the time. A lot of the quests aren't implemented. So that's the ability pruning. I think they've gone a bit too far in some classes, and maybe they're going to draw that back. That's the feedback I've sent. You get to send these big feedback reports, and I'm like, look, the Warrior isn't working for me. But I'm a bit biased because I love Warriors. That's why I did my first one. I was like, should I play a Warrior? I hated it all through Miss Pandaria. I'll make a Warrior. I'll make a Warrior. Go and do that. And then the Priest, I said the same thing. I said, it doesn't feel like a Priest. It feels like I'm a generic DPS class. A dot DPS class.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't feel like a Priest at all. I've got Leap of Faith. Excuse me, gassy. I've got Leap of Faith, but I need more.
Yeah.
To contribute. I'm still a Priest.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I was trying to say. Is like, I'm still a Priest. I get that you're trying to cut back on the hybrid stuff. But you've still you like saying we've got too many abilities, but you kept Shackle Undead, and it's like, come on, bro. You took away Psychic Scream, but we kept Shackle Undead.
Wow.
Right, I know it's a talent before people get moody, but it's also a choice between that and Void Tendrils, which is a very cool spell as well, which leeches stuff out of the ground. And that was one thing. So that was my initial thoughts on it. Like I say, it's not every class, but it can be changed. That was my feedback from those two classes. But again, very early, so don't get ragey. I know some people are like, "God, what sounds terrible." It's alpha, guys. Come on, it's alpha. There's loads of changes to be done. I'm just saying how it feels right now.
But looks-wise,
you're gonna hate me, and we need to probably need to do a WOD video with you on this one. Actually, is I've never taken my helmet off or done /dance or anything. In fact, the characters I made were all undead, and they haven't even had an update. So I haven't looked at the new animations at all. It was in terms of my priorities of things to check. It's way down the bottom. way down the bottom. I have an orc. My DK is an orc, but I've never removed his helmet. So his new running animation's good because I had to use I forget what it's called. You get a sprint button on a DK. So I've seen the run.
Such a take.
I didn't care. In fact, that's what the Fat Boss guys were mocking. It's like, why have you made an undead? They haven't even received an update. It's like, I like undead. They don't need. They don't need to be done it. This is one question for you guys. I've got to, because they're obviously doing it like horde testing and alliance testing. I'm going to do half the characters horde, half alliance. I'm still picking and choosing, so I'm going to do like 5 or 6 horde characters. So I'm working on the 4th now, which is a monk, blood elf monk. I think Blood Elf Monks look absolutely delicious.
Of course they bloody do!
Blood Elf Monks look fantastic. But I think Alliance Druid.
Yes.
Gotta be a Druid. And what my Alliance characters should be? I kind of want to make a Worgen Rogue, but then again, I don't really like Worgens.
It's always good. It's always, every day of the week, an Alliance Druid for sure.
Yeah. Female Human Warlock, I actually think they look pretty cool.
Yeah, I like no mages.
Draenor Shaman, of course.
Of course.
So if you are waiting for those classes, it's not going to be until I play Alliance. I'm really sorry. I do have the horrible task of leveling every character on the alpha, which is disgusting. Which is not the fun part of the job. Believe me, it's not the fun part of the job. I'm not streaming it either, my god. I'm just sitting here with Netflix, just leveling away, merrily away as I do that. But those characters are going to have to wait until we get the Alliance stuff. So the Horde stuff is going to be Monk. I'm going to do Monk next. I'm really excited to play my Monk because they've trimmed that down a bit. I did think they were a little bloaty. I'm looking forward to seeing how they play out. I know people want class videos. I can't do them yet. It's too early. Level 92 is no fucking way. Especially as the perks are really important. Like Shadow Priest having 5 Shadow Orbs is so good. Such a good perk to get. Let's talk about healing then. Healing got the big revamp. And I mentioned in the video...
It's alpha.
It's alpha.
Okay, cool.
Healing got the mega revamp, and I said in the dungeon video, it's like, healing's really slow right now. But we'll talk about it when I get more haste and I can get more levels, and we'll talk about it then. And then I got a slew of emails. No joke, about 64 emails or something like that. Like, what did you mean by healing slow? And I'm like, I said we talk about it later. What did you mean by healing slow? Mike. Healing. what's going on with healing? You guys are crazy, man. You guys fucking really screw me over with situations like that. It's like, we'll talk about it when we can do some more. We can do some more testing, right? And I get a better idea. It's like, what did you mean by that? So healing. My initial thoughts and feelings is it's awful, really bad. And I don't want to say that because I am the biggest WoD hype guy right now because I think the actual game and itself and the mechanics and all that kind of stuff is really, really good. Really good. But there is some things that just aren't working and I think healing's one of them and I think anybody who's a healer is really going to be pissed off. So they said that we had too many instant casts. So the solution is to remove all instant casts. It's the biggest pain in the ass ever because it feels like
there's just no on the move.
There is nothing you can do besides having a big old cast time heal. And it's fucking really annoying. And it's so shit. It feels like...
I think we've covered this before. What about Holy Shock?
I haven't done a paladin yet. I'm going to do a human paladin.
They can't put a fucking cast on Holy Shock, man.
It might have one.
Oh my
it possibly
God. Do you know what it reminds me of? Like, and I know it's a completely different genre and everything. It reminds me of like a defibrillator.
Get everybody. Mike, bro.
Healing. Hey, healing.
What did you mean by that? Go on.
Like a defibrillator sort of thing. What is?
I do think Holy Shock
it's
has
not
a cast
big.
time,
It's
actually.
utility. It's just sort of like bang. There's that little bit that you needed. That's what all that it mattered, sort of thing. They can't put They can't put a timer on Shock because that's just pointless.
Holy Shock is instant.
God.
What people are saying about active mana regen, I kind of get this feeling, but again, it's so early, so please, guys, don't lynch me, but I'm sure some of you will, is that mana's just not a thing anymore for healers. It's kind of how it is right now. You're like semi-invisible. This is getting ridiculous.
The further away, do I get more invisible?
Yeah, a little bit. God, I would give anything for lights.
I don't have long.
You're like right on the cusp.
I'm wearing black. It's like the most solid colour.
I'll have to fix this in post, and it's gonna look a mess.
Don't do it. Do it now.
Okay.
I like watching you try.
That'll do. I don't get it. Yeah. So I only played the priest healer. Only played the priest healer, right? So bear that in mind. Prayer of Mending, cast time. Cascade, cast time. Circle of Healing is instant. This is great. Renews instant, Chastise is instant, and everything else has a cast time. And you don't have Greater Heal anymore. So if you need a big giant heal, you haven't got one.
Is there any on the move cast heals?
Yeah, Chastise, Circle of Healing. But none of the good ones, like Prayer of Mending, which is very cool, because not only is it awesome because it pings around and it looks awesome, but it has a cast time now, unless you choose one of the major talents to make it randomly instant on a proc. Cascade, which is your big level 90 ability, is a cast time. Where it used to be like, holy shit, everybody's dying, I could do a diving fucking cascade out of the fire. You can't do that anymore, you gotta run over and then you gotta start cast. I just felt like I was just doing this. And the problem with everything having a cast time is that you can fall behind. And your heals are really weak, or at least on my character. So again, pinch of salt. Pinch of salt. It's like, that you can't really catch up again. But mana's not a thing anymore. I never went below 99% mana. I'm trying to explain that to you. I didn't go below 90%.
Because everything's got a cast, so you've got active.
You've got so much regen because everything's a cast time now. You have so much fucking mana. And it's like, oh my god. And so people were dropping and stuff where usually I'd be like, Pom, shield, fucking chastise over there, circle of healing. Then I've set up then for a prayer of healing or something like that. Hey, I got to bring this up really briefly. Halo. Do you remember Halo? You know what Halo is,
yeah,
right?
I've got it on my display.
What's good about Halo?
The animation.
They've changed the animation. I know! And I went fucking mental at this guy. He was another priest. I didn't go mental at him, but I was like, what have they done to Halo? And he's like, dude, I know. I'm so fucking annoyed. I'm like, why have they done that?
In both specs. Well, I say in both
Halo's
specs.
so
in both
awesome.
versions of it, it looks amazing.
You know what they've done to it?
What?
They must have increased the animation speed on it by about 12 times. So it just goes poof, and it disappears. And I'm like, why? Why have you done that? Why did you do that to Halo? And as soon as I pressed it, I was on my Shadow Priest at first. And I was like, okay, this is when I would usually Halo. So I pressed it, it just went boom. I was like, whoa! Why have you done that? Why the fuck would you make Halo shit? No, don't, please.
That's what I can totally relate to as well.
I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it because it's really.
The server's up.
Yeah, probably. I'll show it while I'm telling it right. But it was one of the stupidest fucking changes in the history of the fucking game. I'm like, Halo is your coolest looking spell in the game. There is nothing cooler in the entire game than fucking Halo, and you fucked with it. Hopefully it's a bug, but they've increased the animation like outrageously to the point of it's just sad, and it makes me fucking so mad to play it. But yeah, so the whole, all the other healing classes I want to play, but Monk's got a healing class, of course. Monk's got a healing class, so I don't need to moan about that too much.
You got a character called Priest Hype.
Priest Hype.
That is one vintage load screen.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? To change it, Lightwell looks awesome. Lightwell. Okay, you ready? Is everybody ready? Can we see it nice and clearly? Yeah, cool. Oh look, got achieves. This is my garrison, by the way.
Oh, this is yours.
This is my garrison. I can't wait to talk to you about garrisons.
Yes.
So let's get a nice area.
Is this a zone? Can people visit your garrison?
Oh, dude! All right, I'll show you quickly. But this is one of the best aspects of garrisons. I'm kind of premature showing this. Yeah, I'm going to show you Halo in 1 sec. Is that it actually says your name as you run in. It's so good, like a zone. Instead of it being like, I have to get out of it. It might be a really loud noise here. This is Frostfire Ridge. Let me get out of my area. Right, okay. So I'm out of it. So when you approach it, hopefully this will work. Your garrison.
Oh,
yeah, it's called Frostwall. It's your garrison.
Do you choose where your garrison is?
No, you don't. But it's massive, isn't it? Look how big it is. I bet you never expected it to be that large.
No,
really.
Absolutely not.
But you've got everything in here. This is my barracks. This is where I recruit my guys.
One area.
It's the first mission when you land is to get your garrison built.
So your garrison's always going to be
I built this building. This wasn't here. This is a building I've added.
Is it always going to be in this area?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a flight point. You have a flight point. You've got vendors over here, reagents, all kinds of stuff. I've got quests to do here. You got your own portal to Orgrimmar, which is very nice.
Nice.
Like I say, okay. So Halo, let's get a nice area. You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I've got Divine Star. I got Divine Star. I actually had to unspec it because it was rubbish.
Divine Star?
It's just a little heal thing that shoots out. That was rather anticlimactic. Yeah, do you want to show the map while it resets? This is Frostfire Ridge. You can't go to here. This is the block off there. There's a landslide there, so you can do all this. This is the fortress. This is the main Horde fortress. Such a good quest. I can't wait to talk to you about it. I know I started on the ranty stuff. Believe me, there is a lot of good going on here. Okay. Did it go to the right place? Of course it didn't. Why would you not just replace the other spell? Alright, you ready, everybody? Shadow form, of course. Here we go. Why? Why would you do that? Am I right or what? What the fuck? Why would you make it so goddamn fast? I have no fucking idea in the world why anyone would do that. I just cannot fucking make it up, man. I cannot fucking believe that is what they've done to it. I'll show you another one when it's off cooldown as well, just so you can really get it. Let me reset this cropping. Reset so you can see me. Yeah, cool. Right, we'll go back into it as if you're doing it normal. 10-second cooldown. We'll zoom in because Halo looks so... It doesn't look so bad. Look how fast it is. It's awful. Any priest would be sickened that that's your Halo now. You can see what the problem is, right? I'm not fucking crazy.
It's that detailed an animation. The speed of it originally was
perfect.
It
feathered. It wiggled as it went away. It fucking wiggled. It did its fucking job. It was so awesome. I like it. Oh, dude, really? That animation was so fucking cool, and you just don't even appreciate it anymore. I can't appreciate it.
Come out of Shadow Form and use it.
Okay. I'll show you the Volkster as well, alright. And this will be a good point to lean into garrisons, I suppose. I should talk about the garrisons a little bit. But yeah, that's actually bad but not horrible. I think it's disgusting because that animation was so cool. It was one of my favourite things about being a priest, is firing off the Halo, because when it went off, oh my god.
It was almost Hollywood.
There you go. The Hulkster.
What the fuck? Spawning is incomplete here, brother. Yes! Yeah! Go on, let me see his face. Let me see the front of it. I know it's probably just a standard character model. Fucking quality.
Hulkster, come back! There. Oh, he skipped me. What a bastard. Oh, he's tricky, the Hulkster. He's tricky.
Dun, 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 dun.
And
Oh.
it's so faded, isn't it?
On the flip side, though, I really hope they incorporate the Rooks into the game.
Yeah, I'm sure that's number one. On
Best part of that footage.
I'm sure that's the best part. That's exactly what they're looking to do. But no, I don't think so. I'll show you very quickly as well the other one, just to give you an idea, and then we'll go into garrisons. But yeah, that was just little changes like that. I'm not really getting it. I'm not really. Oh no way! You ready for the biggest fail in the universe, guys? What are the odds? What are the fucking odds? Are you kidding me? What are the odds on that? You know what's really weird about that? I had a year's free game time and it's expired today.
Like just now?
I've not had to pay for a while for a year. I think I even have some codes somewhere to get a year's free game time. But there you go. That's the thing. I can still play alpha though, so who cares? Oh, that's really funny. That's really funny. So that's the ability pairing and the healing. At the minute, healing, I'll try the monk healing, but monk healing is relatively instant anyway. So maybe it won't be that different. New Halo animation will really help with input lag. Oh, what a crappy reason. What a crappy reason. I'll load in my warrior for this one because he has...
What are you showing us?
He has a bigger garrison.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so garrisons. There's a big thing that people aren't talking about. Preacher's garrison. You get me? This one big thing people aren't talking about with the garrisons, and I actually think it's way the coolest thing, is for the first time ever in World of Warcraft, you are a part of the army, an important, integral part. Instead of them just referring to you as Preach, they're like the quest text, you kill Nefarian, and then the next guy down the road doesn't know who you are and wants you to kill some fucking warthogs or whatever. You are now a commander of the Horde forces.
Nice.
It's really cool, and they refer to you as like a chosen commander. And there's a reason you have a garrison, which makes sense. Instead of it just being, oh, there's garrisons in the game now, there's a reason you're here. I haven't done the opening scenario yet about how that plays out, but Thrall and all them, and Duraton and whatever, they refer to you as a commander of the Horde forces, and that is why you have a garrison. It has been one of the best aspects of the garrisons so far, is that you actually feel like an important member. Instead of just being a face in the crowd in an MMO, the garrisons and the way they refer to you returning to your garrison, or speak to your soldiers, or speak to your forces, because they're actually part of the army. This has been the best aspect of the garrisons itself. I really like this. So
wait, I like that green outline.
Yeah,
sounds so superficial.
Oh, it is. Me and Vanish were talking about it. Yeah, this is the silly things people aren't really talking about. Is that when you mouse over things, you get this nice green outline of things of who you're actually selecting.
Obviously red if it's enemy and stuff like that.
I think it was a quest one. You might even be gold. Something along those lines.
Silver quest guy on the left.
I've got a bathroom, which is, so because people need to piss, so you've got a bathroom. And you can go in and take a shit.
Staying regular.
Staying regular.
Textbook achievement.
So if you need to take a shit, you can do that. I've got one for you as well, so we can both have a shit together.
Share the bug roll.
Alchemy Lab. This is the next one I set up.
Put your cursor over that. Oh, it's green.
Yeah, this is my alchemy lab, so you have access to all these recipes and stuff, even though you're not an alchemist.
Farewell.
Yeah, these are your daily quests to get this. Now, this area is operated by daily quests. There's no doubt about that. The garrisons itself, like I say, the coolest part about it for me is actually how you're now a member of the actual Horde forces. I think that's very cool. But the actual implementation of it is very much like that Assassin's Creed minigame you had on your phone.
Of what?
I think the implementation of what you actually do with your garrison is actually really shitty, I've got to be honest. I think the actual stuff you do. So this is where you build your garrison. Okay, so these are the plots I have open right now. Town Hall, which is where I am right now. I built my alchemy lab there. And you get to pick these because you drag them over to wherever you want them. So if water barracks there, you can just place it there. And then you get your... Get away. Upgrades, so you can have a barn. Produces leather, meat, and cloth. So you can choose these. You've only got a certain amount of plots, obviously.
These actually make mats for you.
Yes. So your barn will make leather, meat, cloth, and grants access in. Recruit new followers and grants access to new recruiting missions. Lumber mill, so on, and then you get into other stuff, salvage yards, tailoring, whatever your professions seem to be.
Awesome.
No, it doesn't cost gold. You'll see this resource down here. So these are resources. Now you get these essentially from doing the recruiter quest. I'll tell you in a sec, and the rares. Now, this is the best part so far about Warlords of Draenor for me. Is the actual quests are very few. If you explore, there are loads more quests and stuff to be done. And they basically point you from like here to there's some quests here, some quests here, some quests at the fortress. But there's a huge questing thing around here, and especially down the edges. There must be about 25 rare mobs in this zone that I found so far, and Vanish has found more of them. They all grant garrison resources, extra a blue drop almost guaranteed. All along here, I didn't even notice this when I made my first video, is, I can't show you them on this character, but there was 3 gold things here, which were dynamic events. And I said in the video, they're pretty shitty, because they basically just kill 10 mobs if you walk into that area. What I then found, which was really good, is you have to be right on top of it on the map, but once you know where they are, you'll know where they are, is blue icons, which are dynamic events, where there's a town under attack, or there's a guy who needs help doing something, and it's like, do you want to do this thing? I'm like, okay. He says, you know, it might be a group quest or not. Get started, and suddenly you get pillaged and attacked and a lot of stuff. Little events going on that you can group up with and do. And you'll get a guaranteed blue from that. But all these caves, there aren't quests to go to these caves. And you can see how many little caves there are. I see there's one little one here, little ones here. There's lots down by the coastline. And these are all extra stuff. There's a little house there, little stuff. You can kind of see them on the map, but there's loads more you can't see, which are just extra rare mobs that need something doing to them, which are very, very... This bit was... this is the best part about this game so far, is you can do just the quest and you'll kind of get enough XP. If you explore, you're going to get tons more rewards and loads more extra stuff. So Sourfang's chilling here. And this is the bit that I'm disappointed in. Is these are the quests. So you get a list of quests here to send followers out on. So I say I want to do powder grommeling. Now these are rewards. Increased quality of a follower. What does that mean?
I don't know.
The next one is increase the quality of... These are my rewards. Prestige level. I don't really get it. And I get some flatbread. This is my quest reward for doing this, right? So this could change. Obviously, this is the level 92 stuff. At cap, it could be very different. You click this. These are my followers that I've got right now. And this is what I was saying. It's like that alliance, that mini game.
Yeah.
Is you pick your dudes and they do a little animation where you've got them by the throat. Very much like Dungeon Keeper.
Yes.
So you get a Dungeon Keeper vibe from that. And you'll get extra rewards if you pick somebody who counters the special. This is like the special aspect of this mission, is the Thundering Scout. So each guy, if you drop him down, has... This guy has Taunt and Planesrunner. The Hunter has Freezing Trap and Beast Slayer. Vivian has all this stuff. So they have special abilities. So you're looking for somebody who counters this ability. So I don't think I've got a follower that does. I would have thought the Hunter would. But he doesn't. No, so nobody counters that. So I won't get the extra reward. If you have a follower that counters this, you'll get a chest. But so far it's only had green items and shit in it. And then you just send him on your way and that's it. I think that was really disappointing. I think that's a really poor implementation. That's not exciting in the least. And these only take 30 minutes, so while you're leveling, it's like... I think this is really shitty. For the quality of the garrison stuff, this is easily the worst part. This stuff is really amateur. It's in progress.
It's like Star Wars, isn't it? Is it not?
Yeah, a little bit, and it got tiresome. Remember? It was just it was like a Dead Space 3.
I like what they've done
where he's that guy in
terms of... I think what that means is it increases the quality of your follower in terms of it will give them...
It levels them. If you'll,
maybe more abilities, better rewards.
I'm not sure if there's a screen to see my followers. I don't think so. Guild finder quest log achievements, talents. It doesn't look... This is my garrison thing. I can't check my followers right now, but they do level. I've got one at like 91, one at 90 and stuff like that. The rewards are very poor. This is a nice little buff thing as well. You can click this, you get a Shaman Totem, which will give you a buff. I could have Blessing of the Wolf or Spirit of the Wolf, so I think that one is Spirit of the Wolf, which is run speed. So Blessing of the Wolf would be... A Frost Wolf will sometimes assist. But as you upgrade them, they do get much better. Like I got my barracks over there, got my alchemy lab down here, I've got all these other plots. So this is going to build up massively. You can already see the potential here for the garrisons. This is really, really cool. So you can see my mine is locked off. I've got a mine over there. See the mine? So I'll start getting resources and stuff there. This has been really, really cool for me. I think I was not one who was overly excited about the garrisons. You guys know that. I was like, you know, garrisons. I was thinking tillers. I was thinking it's not going to be that great, but in fact, it's turned out to be very, very cool. And I'm quite excited to build up my garrison and see where it goes from there and what kind of stuff a fully upgraded one will do.
Yeah.
You do have to find the plans for stuff. I found the plans for the alchemy lab so I could build it, and similar with the barracks. But you get the barracks for free when you start.
What's that button at the top do?
This is when I can call my troops to assist me.
Anywhere at all?
Anywhere in the map. So far, I think it's call upon the forces of the garrison. So what you can do here, I'll just show you, is it's a 3-minute cooldown. I've not got it binded on this character. Put it on now. Is if you're coming up with an elite and you're on your own, or it's just a rare mob, it's especially good for rare mobs, is you'll just call them down like a target thing and you'll throw your banner down and then your troops will spawn.
That is awesome.
Well, this then gets upgraded with the barracks. so you can call down an army later on. You actually have troops to control.
Quality.
Yeah, it's a very cool little touch. Very, very cool little touch is to call this stuff down. I mean, it's just a little extra DPS ability, but...
Can that be used in PvP?
Of course, I don't know. I'm on the normal server. There's no PvP on the server whatsoever. So
That, though, itself, I love it.
It's very cool, and you can choose if you use that a lot. If you're like a solo player who's doing all sorts of random quests and stuff out on your own, this is a really cool thing that you want to upgrade. This is something you want to be getting maxed out.
You don't have to wait for someone to help you to kill a rare now. You've got a higher chance of doing it on your own with abilities like that.
Yeah, exactly. And if you just need a little bit of help, you're panicking or whatever, I've used this. If I've pulled far too much fucking stuff, then this has come down. Now, in terms of group quests, which are back, by the way, group quests are fucking back. This will not save you. If it's a 3-man group quest, this isn't enough by any means. You can't solo 3-man. Some classes obviously probably will be able to. I'm not going to deny that. There's always a class.
DKs.
If you could if Ragewind can solo the fucking current end bosses, then he could probably deal with a 3-man quest. But there are definitely plenty of bounty boards or whatever, and I think I might even have some 3-man quests and stuff like that. I tried to solo 3-man quests with this and blowing cooldowns, couldn't do it. So overall,
I love that.
I think the Garrison thing has been the biggest fucking surprise to me. As somebody who thought it was just aesthetic, and I basically thought Garrisons were going to be a microtransaction hole.
Purely aesthetic.
And it's not. It's pure functional.
Nicely implemented as well.
Beautifully implemented. The only thing I really want to see changed, there's some feedback, is there really needs to be so much more done with the follower system. Because right now it's just like, click, quest, go. And that's it. And it's every 30 minutes. I would rather have it once a day. So it's more important to pick the right guy for the right job with a better reward, resources, materials, whatever it might be. Maybe it will get there later on. I don't know. But right now, that is the only thing I really don't like, is they send your followers out doing stuff. Because in Star Wars, you could pick and choose what they were going to get. That was the big thing in Star Wars. You could choose, I want certain materials, so I'm going to send this kind of materials running, all that kind of stuff. But that's not the way it's implemented here, unfortunately.
It's good though. I love that.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Oh, you don't get rested XP from your garrison.
So far, I've not found anywhere in Frostfire Ridge that you can do a rested XP thing. Our camera's off.
Look at your head.
Actually, let's take a quick break. I'm going to turn the green screen off. We'll just have the wall. All right, we'll take a super quick break, guys. We've still got more to talk about. We only got
phasing out.
We only got like 2 things, so we'll be back in about 2 minutes' time, guys.